The sun sank slowly on the Pacific horizon, casting a warm orange hue across the restless waters. Captain Jonathan Gray, a stoic man with a weathered face, stood at the helm of the Voyager, his trusted whaling ship. The crew, a ragtag mix of seasoned sailors and greenhorns, scurried about the deck, preparing for what was to be their final hunt. Whaling had become an increasingly controversial and dangerous occupation. The ocean was changing, and so were the creatures within it. Whales had become scarce, and the once plenteous bounty of the sea was now a shadow of its former self. The international treaties and zealous conservationists had turned public opinion harshly against them, casting the whalers as heartless marauders. But for Captain Gray, this was more than just a job. It was a legacy handed down through generations, a tradition he was both bound to and burdened by. As dawn was breaking, the lookout cried out from the crow's nest, "There she blows!" The crew sprang to life. Their target was a massive blue whale, breaching the surface in a symphony of saltwater and elegance. Gray's heart pounded with an adrenaline-fueled mix of excitement and guilt. He knew this might be the last time he would hear that call. Harpoons were readied, and the ship's pace quickened toward the colossal creature. Below deck, young Thomas, barely 16 and on his maiden voyage, felt a knot tighten in his stomach. He had heard the stories of the sea, the danger and the glory, but nothing had prepared him for the reality of it. Captain Gray's orders rang clear and concise, cutting through the sea breeze. The men respected him, revered him even, for his skill and his unwavering resolve. But as the ship drew closer to the whale, a profound silence enveloped the crew. The giant of the sea seemed almost serene, oblivious to the impending danger. Gray raised his hand, ready to give the final command, but hesitated. In that brief moment, he saw not just a whale, but a magnificent, intelligent being, a creature that had roamed the oceans long before humans had learned to sail. Tension hung in the air as the crew awaited his order, and then, gradually, he lowered his hand. "Stand down," he whispered, more to himself than to anyone else. "Stand down." Murmurs of confusion spread among the men, but they soon saw the reasoning in Gray's eyes. The Voyager turned away, leaving the whale to slip back into the deep, unscathed. The crew understood the gravity of that decision. It wasn't just the end of a hunt. It was the end of an era. They sailed back to port, the atmosphere heavy with reflection, but also with a newfound respect for the life they had chosen to spare. Captain Gray retired from the sea that very day. He knew he could no longer be a part of the cycle of violence against nature's giants. Young Thomas, too, was forever changed. He returned home with stories not of conquest, but of a profound moment of humanity. The world moved on, as it always does, but the tale of the last hunt lingered in the hearts of those who lived it, a reminder of what it truly means to be human.